All right, it looks like we've got all the attendees that we're going to have, so I'm going to get started. Welcome to Cornerstone's Tech Tuesday, June edition. My name is Tom Levine. Today we're going to be covering two different browsers, Chrome and Firefox. Chrome is actually pretty widely used, and the reason for that is that it's the browser produced by Google. Google's a very large search engine, if you don't already know that, but they have their own browser along with their main competitor, Firefox. We'll be covering things such as how to use the menu items, using bookmarks, apps, screencasting in Google Chrome, and different themes as well. There are also some actual data collection differences between the two, so we'll be going over those. And if you'd like, I'm also going to cover how to move from Chrome to Firefox. Google Chrome is actually not recommended by Cornerstone, and that's because of the way they do their data collection, but we'll get into that later. Starting with Chrome, let's go over some of the basics, such as the menu. Up here at the top of the bar on the home page, which you can change, but in the base app, this is where you start. You get a search bar down here. If you're on your phone, you have search by voice, which is a option. You tap that icon, and then if you have a mic hooked up, you just say what you're trying to search, and it'll search that way. As you can see, it's not my default browser, and it'll give you notices like that if it's not your default browser or if something else is trying to request access to the app. In addition, we have the reload option up here. We have the option to scroll through our history that's active. The star over here allows you to bookmark the page you're on, and this is the rest of the menu. You also have the option of just searching automatically in Google. If I type Cornerstone, like that in the top bar, it automatically does a Google search. And in addition, you can also go to a website by using the top bar, such as www.crnstone.com. And that allows you to go to different web pages. It's similar to Microsoft Edge or Internet Explorer. Then, if you tap the item on the side, you'll see several other options open up. You can create a new tab by clicking on that option, hitting Control-T, or by simply clicking on one of the new tabs up above. You can also create a new window of Google Chrome or a new incognito window. The difference between the incognito window and the normal windows are that your incognito window will not be added to your browsing history. So if you're trying to browse and not let that show up there, that is how you do that. In addition, you can access your browse history, such as your recently closed tabs, some other settings in the Google Store and with Google Chrome, web extensions from the web store, and also some of your bookmarks or histories. In addition, you can access your downloads and bookmarks. I have Cornerstone bookmarked, so it appears there. And you can actually change the zoom on the page directly from this menu, allowing you to zoom in on things if you're thinking you're missing something. You could also click that button there to go to full screen. But personally, I don't like that setup. In addition, you can also print the page, find dialogue on the page, such as our news, by using the Find option. And also you can use this link to get into even more tools, such as the extensions I was mentioning. Extensions are like add-ons for Google Chrome. These are the basic ones that are added on, which are Google Docs, Slides, and Sheets through the different settings of Google Home and Google Offline. Those are settings that I've actually covered already in a previous session on, I believe it is the Google Home app. In addition to that, you can also change themes through the Google Store. You would do that by going into your settings, more tools. Where? Actually, I believe it would be under the Chrome store. Here we are. There are shortcuts from the home page here as well. But you have the options of finding other extensions to add or changing the Google themes, which are just the overall look of Google from the Chrome store. If you're trying to find a specific add-on, you can narrow it down here, such as Run Offline by Google, or you can use the search bar to find something like Grammarly. And you can pull up the specific app. The main difference between Google Chrome and Firefox, which we're going to get into next, however, are their data storage issues. Google Chrome will store all of the websites that you go to, even without your permission, and they also tend to sell it. If you're using Google Chrome, then all of your data can be sold to third-party companies, and that includes your browsing habits, even when you're in incognito mode. So anywhere you're going where you don't want the browser to store, Google still stores that information to sell to ad agencies, which is why Cornerstone uses Firefox. It allows us to be a little bit less tracked, and it also is very transparent in what data it's collecting, unlike Google Chrome. I believe with Google Chrome, you have to put in a request to see your data, and even then, they won't necessarily show you everything they're collecting. However, with Firefox, if you put in a request, they'll show you everything they've collected, where it's gone, and why they've used that info, other than just cookies and normal web tracking, which is why Cornerstone uses Firefox. The one thing that Google Chrome does that Firefox currently cannot do is this cast option, which will appear as this little icon over here. We don't have any smart TVs or any other things to hook up to on this network, but it would allow you to cast your desktop or your tab to, say, a smart TV or another display device. So if you're trying to give a presentation, you could just send it out over your Wi-Fi and put your tab on that new screen. That said, I think that Firefox is a much better option. This is how the Firefox screen looks. As you can see, it has a bar of your top sites and the recommended by Pocket. Pocket is like a quick saving toolbar almost. Think of it like quick save bookmarks. You can do most of the things that you can in Google Chrome on Firefox. You can reload the page just like you could on Google Chrome, go back and forth between your history. You can actually access your add-ons very quickly from here, but I added that one in and I'll show you how to do that. Similar to the Google Chrome, you have the search bar dash address bar up ahead, and it automatically searches in Google, just like Google Chrome. If I were to type Cornerstone here and hit search, then it brings up the Google search of Cornerstone. In addition, if I were to just type our address in the top bar, it would send us straight to Cornerstone as well. In addition, you can also access bookmarks, same way. You click on that little three dot there, and you get the option to bookmark the page, which can also be done with that star there, or save it to the Pocket, which is that quick toolbar for bookmarks. You could also copy a link immediately, or just email it directly. You can also send the tab to your phone if you have Mozilla installed on your phone and your account's linked as well. And you can take a screenshot of the page. Just like everywhere else with Google Chrome, if you hit Control F, that brings up the find bar, and you can find things you want to access very quickly in the page, such as news, and it's highlighted up here. But in addition, you have the option of accessing multiple different bars on your menu. That's the quick bookmark bar up here. It brings you to your full library of history, downloads, your synced tabs, and your bookmarks, as well as some recent highlights of things you've done in Chrome or different things that it thinks you'd like. You also gain access to the sidebars, which for me currently is history, but if you have other sort of side tabs open or other add-ons, then that will change. And then finally, you have your full menu. You can open a new window or a private new window, which is similar to the Chrome's private window, except that Mozilla does not collect your information in private, unlike Google. In addition, you can restore a previous session. So if I were to click that, it will restore the last tab I had open. Also, you gain access to your library, which is what this little shortcut up here is, and you can view everything you need to within that. You also gain access to an Options tab, which is a little bit more fleshed out. You have your general setup. You can change your home page here. When it starts, you could tell it to show your home page or show a blank page, or to show windows and tabs from the last time you started Firefox. In addition, you can cycle through tabs differently with these options here, and change your default language and font size. You can also give it access to where to save your files and applications through this general site, and you can manage your applications very easy through this part here. You just click on it and then change the permission. The digital right management, play DRM controlled content, are more advanced kind of things that most people wouldn't need to know. But you can click here for show update history on your Firefox updates and change the way it installs as well. If you'd like it to prompt you every time, then you can change that setting in this section. Check for updates, but let you choose to install them right there, automatically install, or never check. In addition, you can get summaries of your performance and your browsing right here, as well as set up proxies if you're so interested. You can also customize your search bar a little bit more than in Google, and you can change the top section a little bit easier. It also gives you a section here to change your privacy and your security, and you can even access a Firefox account if you so choose, but it doesn't force you to do that. You can also do the tracking protection here, such as blocking your online trackers, which Google Chrome wouldn't let you do. But that's some of the main differences. I will also say that Firefox is not just limited to the Firefox extensions. Using a third-party app called Web Extensions and the Chrome Store Firefox, you can actually gain access to all of the different add-ons and inclusions you've grown accustomed to in Google Chrome, but use them in Firefox and get all the added security benefits. In addition to that, Firefox is a little bit better than Chrome, running multiple tabs. If I were to open, say, 20 tabs in Firefox, then Firefox would probably have a little bit of lag, but wouldn't have a problem with it. In Google Chrome, if you were to open 20 tabs, it would put a greater strain on your computer. It would run slower than Firefox would, and in addition to that, it might crash. But those are kind of all the reasons why Cornerstone uses Firefox over Chrome. If you're interested in moving between Firefox and Chrome, it's actually very easy. All you have to do is go into your settings and bookmarks, and then go into from bookmarks, import and backup. Let me actually get into the full bookmarks. You have to click show all bookmarks, and it will open up in this new thing here. Then from there, you hit import and backup, import data from another browser, and click Chrome. You can choose to move everything from the other browser, or just some by changing these here. Click Next, and then click Finish. As you can see, it's imported everything here. Now, in this version of Firefox, I did not have any bookmarks before. However, if I go into my bookmarks now, actually it'll be a little bit easier if I do it this way. As you can see right here, under the Bookmarks toolbar, I have from Google Chrome. If I access that, double-click on Cornerstone, I get taken directly there. There is one other way you can do that if you don't want all of your bookmarks under that little folder thing when you import. What you can do is you can export an HTML file of your bookmarks from Google Chrome. The way you could do that is by going into the settings, bookmarks, and the bookmark manager. Then from here, you can export bookmarks as an HTML file. I'm going to save this one to the desktop under Chrome Bookmarks. And then in Firefox, you would follow the same sort of steps that we just did for your imports. But instead of import from another browser, you would just select import bookmarks from HTML and click open. Now, as you can see, it has this from Google Chrome bookmark here. Under all bookmarks, you can go to other bookmarks and elsewhere. That's generally how this would import. I believe it didn't show because I've already imported the Google Chrome bookmarks. But if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please feel free to leave them in the questions box down here, the chat box below, or simply send me an email at tlevine, Levine, at crnstone.com. In addition, if you have any questions about any other different internet browsers or any sort of trouble switching from Chrome to Firefox, please let me know and I'd be happy to walk you through it and help out there as well. I will give links, by the way, in the PowerPoint of this presentation on articles on the different data issues between Chrome and Firefox and some other more customized things to switch. I will say one of my favorite things that isn't installed on this version of Firefox that you can't get on Chrome are treed tabs. If I click on the new tab button, I can create new tabs up here, but in the treed tabs, it actually shows your tabs as a toolbar down the side, and you can organize them appropriately, which Chrome can't do. If you have any other questions, like I said, please don't hesitate to reach out and contact me. Have a wonderful day.